Alright, so now that we got the track off the other snowmobile up there, we're going to put it on this one. So to do that we have to remove the exhaust system. So it's just going to be these springs here, and we're going to lift the whole system out. Then we have to remove the clutch on the diamond drive side, and remove the bolt over here on the brake. And then we can loosen our cog up to flip it down and slip the track in. And then we got to reverse the process and put everything back together. So I'm going to take this off, and we'll start working on the other side, getting the clutch off, and then I'll show you how you guys get the track on. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the guard here for your belt, and we're going to remove the secondary here. So I'll show you how you do that. Just take this guard off real quick. Alright, so to remove this clutch, you're going to need a 5/16 Allen. There's a bolt in the center here, right in the middle of your belt deflection adjuster. I do have a video on how to remove this in your diamond drive, and I will link it down here somewhere. So you guys can watch that if you need to. We are going to go over it, but we're going to go over it a lot faster than how I did in the other video. So what you need to do is you take your Allen, you're going to stick it in the hole here, where the Allen's at, and you're going to twist it out. I'm going to grab a bar so I can put on this Allen to get a little more leverage. Alright, so we have the bar, so we're just going to twist it out. You might have to hold your clutch, especially because I don't have a track on it. If you have a track, you really don't have to. You're just going to thread this out. Okay, and there is our Allen. So this you're going to set to the side. Now this is your belt deflection adjuster. I don't know if you guys see this. This is end cap, and it twists in and out, and it's a left hand thread instead of right hand. So it goes backwards of everything else, and that helps adjust your belt deflection. So to remove then our clutch, all we need is just pull it all the way off, rotate it out, and your belt comes off. Now we have our secondary clutch out. We're going to set that off to the side. I'm going to stick my bolt back in the center so I remember where it's at, and we'll just set this to the side. Just throw the belt up there so it doesn't fall back in our spot. Okay, so now we have diamond drive here. So we're going to pull this out because this is attached to our jack shaft that goes between this and the brake on the other side. So we have to remove this. To do that, we have to remove the bolts from the brake on the other side. So we're going to go do that right now. Alright, so we are on the other side of the snowmobile, and we're on our brake side. So this is our bolt that we're going to take off. This is obviously the brake rotor, and the caliper, and everything. This is a 16mm nut, or bolt. So you're going to take your impact, if you have one. If not, just use like a breaker bar or something, and just impact it out. It's pretty long, but it's only threaded a little bit, so you can roll the whole thing right out. So this is our shaft that we're pulling out. It has a space around the end that fits right into here. So that is how you take that out. This is a keeper nut. You don't take that out unless you're planning on taking the whole jack shaft out. So just leave that on, don't mess with that. So we're going to go back over the other side and take the diamond drive out. Alright, so we are back on the diamond drive side. So we're going to remove this diamond drive. First thing you have to do is you have to unplug the speed sensor. So on the 03 to 06 M7s, the speed sensor is in the diamond drive. On the 08s plus or 07s plus, it is actually on the brake side. So to remove this, we're just going to pull down on it. Hopefully find it. There we go. So it pops right out. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our 1/2 inch socket here. And these fit right onto those bolts. We're going to take these out. Don't forget to take this rubber piece out here. There's a hidden bolt behind it that you have to take out, or hidden nut behind it. So all we're going to do is just impact these out. Okay, so once you take those off, all you gotta do is just pull, and it'll slide right off, the jack shaft. And there's an M7 diamond drive. So the next thing we gotta do is loosen up the other side so we can fold this down enough that we can get the track around it. Alright, so now we're underneath the sled. This is what we're going to be taking off. We're going to be taking off these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nuts here. These are lock nuts that go on to where the brake mounts for the shaft. My mistake too, this is not the jack shaft, this is the cog and drive shaft. So we're going to take these out so that we can tip this whole thing down. We'll slip our track in and we'll put these back on and then reverse the entire process. so now as you can see, we can move this around. We can tip it down a lot, move it back and forth so we can get the track in and into here without having to fight it too hard. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to slip the track in, then we're going to put this back in the spot and bolt it on. But yeah, that's how you replace that. Get your cog apart and back on. It's a real pain in the butt. You can put your sled on the side and do it. You can do it like how I did it. I couldn't put it on the side. I have a full tank of fuel because of course it decided to blow the track and skid out with a full tank of fuel. So I didn't feel like siphoning it out. But yeah, you can put it on the side if you want. So next thing we're gonna do is we'll reassemble all this. But I actually have a part coming for my Diamond Drive. So I'll show you guys that, and you'll probably like it. Kind of fixes one of the issues that's with it. So I'll show you guys that when I get it in. But yeah, for right now, that's as far as I'm gonna go with the snowmobile. At least it's got a new track. This one's like basically brand new. It's off an M8, so we're putting the M8 skid on it, obviously. So curious to see how it does. It's gonna be a little bit different. It's like a lot lighter than the M7 skid. So yeah. Alright, so we got the skid together. We are going to stick it in the snowmobile here. As you see with the track on. So we're going to lift the track up, slide it in, get her bolted in, hopefully take it for a test ride. It's dark out right now, but take it for a test ride in the morning. Should be a lot better than how the other skid was. It's laying in the background there. So we're going to throw it in. When you're putting it together, I definitely recommend taking some pictures of when you're taking it apart. It'll help you a lot putting it back together to remember where the pieces go and how they line up. But all in all, they come apart and go together pretty easily. Alright, let's get crack-a-lacking. Alright, so you'll slip it in like this. I have it hanging up right now, my sled. So you're going to slip it in like this, let it kind of hang on this, and then get your bolts. Obviously, right, this one goes in the back, this one goes here into this, and then this one goes up here, goes through that there. And make sure you put it Loctite on all these before you put them on. They usually come in and out fairly easy. Having two people definitely helps when to lift it up while you're lining everything up. But it's up to you. You can probably do it with one person. So we're gonna put the bolts in it, lift it up with the bolts in it, and hopefully have her ripping by tomorrow. So that is how you put a skid on. Plus, I am pleased to say that the M8 skid does fit on an M7. So this is an M7 snowmobile that I have, and I picked up an M8, and it was total, except the skid was good. So we swapped the skid over, and it fits like awesome. And it's way lighter than the M7 skid, way more adjustable too. So I'm excited. We're gonna see how this rides. Hopefully ride it tomorrow. That'll be pretty sweet. I'll let you guys know how it feels, and it is lighter, like a lot lighter, so that'll be interesting to see how it reacts on the trails. But yeah, When you're putting it together, just remember, Loctite all your nuts and bolts. You don't want it to come apart. And then just tension your track to how you normally like it. And ready to rock and roll. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.